Welcome to the WJBM Outdoor Show, brought to you by Midwest Tractor Sales in Jerseyville. We're coming to you from the WJBM studios in Jerseyville, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Aaron Quillan. I operate Monarch Rivers, where the mission is simple: kill big deer. Today, joining us, we have Ryan and Trenton Decker, RTD Calls, and just some overall turkey guys. What are you turkeys up to? Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Aaron.
Yeah. Man, so what are you doing with all your free time right now? It's not turkey season anymore.
Missing it pretty bad. It's pretty boring right now.
I know.
Yeah, working sucks.
Right? I call this depression season.
That's right.
Yeah. Y'all getting into fishing much?
Yeah, we do a little fishing.
Okay.
Getting some food plots ready to go
Okay.
right now.
All right. What kind of food plots?
Putting some oats in.
Okay.
Coming up pretty good already.
Yeah.
Some clover.
Okay. Do you do that as like a companion crop?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. How is turkey season, guys?
We had a pretty good year, Aaron.
Good. Tell me all about it. What was the best part?
Well, probably one of the best parts for me was my wife getting her first turkey.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's been hunting with me for 3 years, and she finally got it done this year.
That's amazing.
25-pound bird right off the bat, so
Nice.
she was pretty happy with that.
Okay.
So that was one of the highlights of the season, for sure.
That's the best.
Oh, yeah.
That is the best. What season was that?
That was second season.
Okay.
The Sunday of second season.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah, she only got to go the one day. My son here, his bridal shower was actually on Saturday, so I was coming back from Kansas, so she only got to go the one day, but it was a good morning and things worked out well.
Awesome.
So,
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. How about you, Trenton?
Really good season.
Good.
Started the season off with youth season.
Yeah.
Was able to go with Dad and my brother.
Okay.
And it was a very good hunt.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, what youth season this year was, if I remember right, it was a little strange. That first weekend seemed
first weekend was pretty nice. I think the second weekend had a little bit of rain.
okay.
Rain, it was cold.
Yeah. Yeah. What part of youth season you guys get lucky on?
It was opening day, March 28th.
Oh, okay.
We had been watching some birds, and he wanted to go with us and video, so we said, yeah, we'll make room in the blind. And
Okay.
I told him, I said, the birds been showing up at 8:30, 9 o'clock, so this might be a little bit of a waiting game today. And we had birds around us, and we had some birds close to us as we were calling. And then about 8:45, 9 o'clock, it was exactly what we said. The three big toms came, at us. And actually one of the biggest turkeys that me and Trenton had ever saw. I mean, beard dragging the ground. You could see his hooks, and we said he's going to get him. And he was in the middle, and he never did strut, but the strutter kept bumping him out of the way. He was coming right to the decoy, and it was just a little out of range for the youth.
Yeah.
And we just were patient, and he kept coming towards the decoy, and the strutter finally kept bumping him and aggravating him enough to where they turned and they walked out of gun range when we thought we had him. And my youngest son looked at the floor, I'll never forget it, and said, great, I'm going to have to get up again in the morning. And I said, hey, it's only 9:45, we got time. I said, well, and about 10 minutes went by her, and I hit a call. We got a hen fired up. She started yelping back at us. Tom gobbled behind her. Told him, I said, get ready. And it wasn't 5 minutes, he had a dead bird.
Safety off. Is it off? Yes, buddy. Yes.
So
Really?
just come in 15 yards and shot it right in a food plot. Great hunt. So
Awesome. Awesome.
So what turned into what we thought wasn't going to happen that day, the patience and just giving it a little time, and he was right in there, in the timber close to us. So once we fired the hen up and brought her out, he was in tow. So
Okay. That's cool. So that time of year, you're in March still.
Yep.
Are you doing anything different call wise?
So it seems like early when we've talked about this, you can get more aggressive, and they were vocal probably all the way till 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30.
Okay.
And at that point, my tactic, a lot of times I'll put a couple, a feeder hen and a looker hen, spread them out.
Okay.
We got a couple hens out there, and they're trying to breed obviously as many as they can. So
some variety.
Variety.
Yeah.
Early tactic that we use, and it worked really good, that morning. So.
Okay. And then, what do you think about this phenomenon about the strutter and the looker? You guys, is that kind of what they were doing?
There's a strutter. There's times for that, and it's definitely early too.
I'm not talking about decoy wise. I'm talking about when the turkeys are coming in. You mentioned 2 toms are coming in, right?
Okay, yeah.
So when
Actually, there was 3. Yeah.
Okay, when the 3 are coming in, 2 are coming in, there's a phenomenon that I guess I've seen online. Probably spending too much time doom scrolling, but either way, where they're saying you got a strutter and your looker. And I think that they're saying shoot the looker because the one bird will never strut, and then the other one, and if you do that, then you can kill them both. I don't know. I think it's
so that day. Obviously, the non-strutter was by far the biggest.
Okay.
I mean, the strutter was probably the more dominant bird, I guess. I mean, he was definitely kicking him with his wing, trying to get him to move out of the way of coming into the decoys. But we obviously could tell at 50 yards that the middle tom was a trophy tom. For sure.
Okay.
We could tell it. So.
Which ain't always the case. I mean, there's a lot of times too where your strutter bird comes in and he's the one pushing them off.
Bird.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, your strutter's your bigger bird, your looker, probably your smaller bird.
Okay.
2-year-old. But yeah, in this case, I mean, you could clearly tell that this was the bigger bird, and he didn't strut one time.
Yeah.
So.
Huh.
So yeah.
That makes me wonder, like, what makes a bird more dominant? Is that personality wise?
I think it's like a pecking order, they call it. Like there's just one that's gonna, be that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you get him out of there, and then you get another one to step up. I mean, they got a big pecking order.
So you think that's like a learned behavior, like dogs have?
I mean, I think it's from the as a Jake, I think they definitely do their dominance.
Okay. Because like you could have a small or medium sized dog, and they just happen to be a little bit older, and a big dog puppy grows up underneath them. Mm-hmm. That big dog will always be submissive to that small dog, it seems like, and you just wonder
We've had farms too where you'll hunt and there is a dominant bird and you won't hear a lot of gobbling. You take that dominant bird out of there and it'll change the whole farm.
Yeah.
That happened this season with me, actually. First season. Went in, knew where some birds were, and went in that morning and not a peep. Did not hear one gobble. So my fiance was actually with me. I said, well, this might be a while. I said, let's sit down.
Yeah.
And sat down, did not hear a gobble till about 7 o'clock, and he was already obviously on the ground.
Yeah.
And started calling and had a hen come in. She was yelping the decoys, and she kind of worked her way off. Probably 10 minutes after that, here he came, and never gobbled one time until he got about 60 yards, and called a little bit. He gobbled. He worked his way to about 50 and then was able to make the shot. But that was my biggest bird to date by far. And
that's
actually
awesome.
At the taxidermist right now. So
had 1.5 spurs, and actually the picture that we posted, everybody thought he killed it in Kansas. It was a Rio. I've
like
never
a bird
seen an
you go-
Eastern with the fan.
it's like a bird you go 6 or 8 hours to go kill, and I only drove 15 minutes to kill him. So it was definitely
Real
one
rare
for
bird.
the books for sure.
That's awesome.
But like we were talking though, after that, once that bird was out of there, there was more birds in there that I didn't even know that was in there. Went back a couple weeks later and there's 2 or 3 birds gobbling. Instead of that morning, there was none. So
He was definitely the king dog.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. When you're trying to turkey hunt, I always say that there's no trophy hunting in turkeys, because so many times, you know, you don't get these dominant birds. Like sometimes, hey, what comes in is a 2-year-old gobbler.
Right.
Do you guys do any, you know, pre-scouting looking for dominant birds? Does it just happen to fall that this was a year where you guys?
If it's what we always do, and if it's a long beard, we're getting him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's everything after that's a bonus. You know, if it's got 1.5 inch hooks or 12-inch beard, that's all just a bonus of the hunt.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you.
Difference
100%.
between a 190, 200-inch deer. You know, you're waiting on, you know, you can obviously tell we're waiting on a 140, 150, 180. But yeah, that if it's a long beard, I mean, it's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I just heard something recently talking about how age doesn't really have an impact on beard or spurs.
No.
Which I thought was crazy. And I mean, these are your universities that are coming out with that info.
I killed one third season, and I mean, he was a 21-pound bird, not real huge, and I mean, he done everything a 25-pounder would have done. You know, it was probably just a 2-year-old.
Okay.
So yeah, so they just all do. You know, they all are doing what they do, strutting, gobbling, and that's definitely the excitement of it. So if it's a long beard, yeah, we're taking them out.
That's awesome. So you guys do a lot of filming, right?
Try to, yeah.
Okay. Hey, you filmed the one in the youth season.
Yeah, we got the youth hunt, and then Trenton got his on
Yeah,
film.
I made a little video up of mine. Pretty decent video. You want to see it?
Yeah. Actually, let's take a break and we'll come right back. And yeah, show me that.
Sounds good.
Welcome back to the WJBM Outdoor Show, brought to you by Midwest Tractor Sales in Jerseyville. We're coming to you from the WJBM studios in Jerseyville, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Aaron Quillan. I operate Monarch Rivers, where the mission is simple: kill big deer. Joining us is Ryan and Trenton Decker. We've been talking that turkey talk. And Trenton, you were about to show me a video. What do you got here? This is you said, hunt. When was it?
This was my first season bird.
Okay.
So the one I had talked already.
Okay. All right. So you put this here on a TikTok?
Yep.
Man, that was awesome. What was the distance on that bird?
He's probably 50 yards.
That was a shot. I like it. All right, tell me about him. What did he do there?
So, he came in, he strutted, he hung up. I mean, he was 65 yards for probably 20 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, he went back and forth, big bird.
Yeah.
Only had one decoy out. You know, he knew where that hen was. He wanted her to come to him.
Yep.
My fiance had to work, and she had to go in about 9:30. So she's like, you know, you think you take him? Think you can take him? I'm like, not yet, you know. So I just kept kind of waiting. I'd purr a little bit, soft calling. He started to work his way, you know, to me, and then 50 yards. I thought, well, I'll try him, and it worked out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so when he's hung up like that, and you're trying him, walk me through that process there.
It's a lot of patience. I mean, there's a lot of tension there. A lot of soft calling for sure. You're purring, you're clucking. You know, trying to, you know, you already got him committed that far. You're just trying to get him that little bit more to be able to take the shot. So, I mean, just from learning from him, most tactic there would be, you know, soft calling. You don't want to overwork him, because then he might turn around and walk the other way.
So something's not real at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it like stay on him with soft calls, or you just like answer him back, or
Sometimes you can go quiet. Sometimes you go quiet, and they'll get curious and then be like, okay, why aren't you talking back to me now?
Yeah.
And that bird, you know, never heard a gobble on the roost. He only gobbled 5 times.
Okay.
The entire time from The moment he walked in, he gobbled 5 times.
Which was at, you said like 7.
Yep, which was 7 o'clock, and then I killed him at roughly 7:30.
Okay.
So from that 30-minute stretch, he gobbled 5 times. Obviously, I knew where he was at because I could see him, but, big bird, so
Yeah.
he's not going to gobble a whole lot.
Yeah.
We were hunting out in Kansas this spring, Aaron. We were hunting with a buddy of ours, and I'd killed out, so I was doing the calling, and then I told you it was a real windy day.
Yeah.
I was using a kill switch call, the aluminum side, to try to cut through the wind, and the birds committed about 100 yards out and were committed to the decoy, so I just kind of clucked and purred a couple times and quit, and they come in from 100 all the way into about 30 yards, and they doubled up. And after we were done, my buddy said, he said, I noticed you didn't call much when they got in close. And I said, well, once they committed, locked on that decoy, there's no need to do a whole bunch more. We done our work, what we wanted to do. We had them committed, and then they'll let the decoy, do the rest of the work.
now it's
they
up to
had
them.
a visual.
Yeah.
So I just, a little bit of light stuff, and it sealed the deal, and they come right into 25, 30 yards. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm always curious about kind of how people temperature check birds.
And I tell a lot of people, sometimes it's just knowing when and when not to call. Definitely don't over call to them, when they are committed. And like you said, it's taking their temperature. I mean, when you were saying early part of the season, before they've been hunted hard and they're looking to breed a bunch of hens, that's when it seems like you can get a little more aggressive with them, and that works good. So. Mm-hmm. Definitely when, like we talked before, when you get later in the season, that's when you want to really, especially a bird that's been hunted hard, cluck, purr, the light calling will usually be more real to him than really screaming on the call at that point.
Yeah. It's communicating with these things is the wildest thing. I mean, you know how when they start to get nervous, if you do some of that little soft purring. I had an instance this year where turkey was so close and safety went off. Mm-hmm. My buddy clicked the safety off, and I mean, she was 6 yards. And I mean, she went up posture, started putting a little bit, and then I just really, as light as I could, just started purring, and she just calmed right down.
Yep.
And it was the wildest thing. No decoy was out, nothing. We just hit her with a little bit of light purring, and it just settled her right down. And then, they're turkeys. So I mean, I've been on more turkeys that I didn't kill than, ones that I have. So it seems like the ones that I have is on accident because, it's just, so I always want to know how are people warming them up? Yeah. Now, I love hunting with other people. I mean, I flat out theft. I will steal your cadence. I will steal your sounds, like whatever I can.
And I know, Aaron, that's what we talked before. Like I said, you don't have to be no pro caller by no means, but the cadence, the rhythm, the realism, being more realistic, knowing when and when not to call, definitely I think gives a guy a little bit upper hand on it.
Okay. That makes me think about types of calls. Okay. How do you know, like, what you're going to call with?
So that's another thing. That's why we build several different types of surfaces and calls. We had an incident this year where, we tried everything, nothing. You pick up a ceramic top, and that's what he ate that up.
Yeah.
And we ended up killing the bird. But so that's why so it's just really just trying what you got a little bit and seeing what he's going to, like you said, take his temperature, see what he's going to want to hear, and then you definitely want to stick with if he's hammering to that certain call. Mm-hmm. I've been hunting with guys, one guy be running a triple reed mouth call, and you're running a friction, and he might not gobble it all to your friction in that triple reed mouth call. He's eating it up. Well, obviously at that point you want to switch to that, let him do it. And,
oh yeah.
And I mean, we've done that a lot.
I had a hunt this year that same way. It was later in the morning, and we got down in this bottom, and it was kind of windy down there, and I was with my soon-to-be brother-in-law. We sat down. He only killed one turkey, so very new to it. Sat down by a couple trees, put the decoy out, and we knew there's birds in the area, but didn't know where. And took the mouth call out, mouth calling, nothing. It's like, well, let's try this. Pulled the kill switch out, turned it over to aluminum side, a little louder, and made a couple sequences on that and gobbled. And he was nothing but maybe 100 yards away. And called a little bit more. Next thing you know, he's in the field 75 yards away. And then came right in the gun barrel, and he was able to take that bird too, his second bird.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's just, you know, the deal there where if I kept that mouth call in, he may never come in, you know. So
So you started with the mouth call.
started with it.
Do you
yeah.
prefer the mouth call? Like if you had to choose your way of calling?
I do, just because, and everybody's different, but I do it a lot starting out just in case that bird was to gobble 75, 50 yards away. You know, the difference in having it already in your mouth and being able to call rather than the slate call, moving hands, depending on where you're at. If you're in a blind, maybe it's not as bad, but if you're on the ground next to a tree, you can't move a whole lot. I like having the mouth call in, that way it's right there. I don't have to move, but that's just me.
I started setting the slate call down to my right side so I can,
So you can work it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because Superstation, I'm a little bit more slate call heavy right now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm kind of opposite. I mean, I run friction calls the most, but like you said, if you're not in a blind, I'll get them fired up, and if I think they're remotely coming, I'll definitely switch to a mouth call. Like I had an instance a couple years ago in Kansas where I knew where this bird was. I was within probably 75, 80 yards of him on the roost. So at that point, it was strictly mouth call only. All minute he come into the gun barrel with a mouth call. I mean, there was no, as you're that close, you knew. That's what I was going to say. Certain scenarios, you knew that morning you were going to run a mouth call only because there was going to be no movement. You knew it was going to happen fast. And it did. So just different. And like you said, like if you're hunting out of a ground blind, obviously you can get away with more friction calling for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Now, do you guys make box calls?
Yeah, we got box calls as well.
So there's I think a pretty common belief that box calls kind of travel farther.
Yes. So that's what I was going to say, Aaron. On the box calls, I carry one in my vest every year. And we have different woods in the box calls. I carry a honey locust. But yeah, so a box call is a great locator call. It'll reach out there. Sounds really good from a long distance versus if we're 15 yards apart. It's loud, but if you're off 100 or 200 yards, it sounds really good. And that's what I use a lot. And I use also a box call in Kansas a lot to cut the wind as well.
Okay.
So. And that was just different scenarios. Use a different tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And it's got a different tone too. It'll strike that bird up 200, 300 yards away rather than your mouth call. Your raspy mouth call, it's got a different sound than your loud box call. It's going to strike that bird up
Farther away, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time I use my box call is to gobble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got like a box call with a hair tie around it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just shake it.
Yep.
And it's...
I mean, just something like that could change the game. I mean, he gets him mad and he checks it out.
Yeah. Why don't more companies have that available? I can't be the only one out there with a box call and a hair tie making gobble sounds.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of, they've tried to get me to do it, but there's been a lot of the call companies come up with gobble calls. We just haven't really done it yet. But yeah, I mean, and they're working. People are getting success with them. I think, me personally, I just coming up from, the people that taught me back then, there wasn't really a whole lot of that. So we were just yelpers and, that's just what I've known. But yeah, all them techniques work well as, too.
Well, I think there could be some liability there. You don't want a lot of people running around sounding like gobblers either.
Yeah, and he's younger, obviously, and he's hunted with me a long time, but, it's definitely knowing when to use one of them, too. You wouldn't want to run around a public area running a gobble call. Probably,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot of buddies that have asked me, and they're like, what do you guys? You guys use strutter decoys? Do you use Jake decoys? Do you just go straight hens? And, that's kind of the same way, when to use a strutter decoy, when to not, when to use a gobble call, when do you not? I mean, in that case, like he said, I learned from him. I'm strictly yelping, cutting, doing my hen calling. I've never actually ever tried to gobble call, so. I
can't think of a time that I was like, oh man, we killed that bird because of a gobble call.
Right.
But, there have been times where they've responded.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe even when you go to roost them at night, that might be a decent strategy.
To hit, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want to sound off.
Yeah. But then again, you don't want to push them off either because.
Nope.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So with you guys and you got a lot of people using your calls. You're in a lot of different places here locally, and you're starting to get farther and farther outside of the region. How's everything going with the pro staff?
It's going well. We probably got, I'd say, 7 or 8 of us right now, and probably going to add a few more. But been lucky. We got people, and I got a guy in all the way up by Maine.
Okay.
So we got people, and that was kind of a crazy story. He saw our initials in Midwest Turkey Call Supply magazine, and it was his initials were the same. So he's like, I'm going to give these a try. And that was 8 years ago. And
Really?
the guy, every year I look for, and he's probably a 50, 60-year turkey veteran.
Okay.
So you learn a lot from him. Even me, I learn a lot from him talking to him on the phone. So
Yeah.
he gets a lot of the new stuff that, the cuts and different things. Matter of fact, he's got a couple of prototypes as we speak. It just got over out there that he ran and gave me feedback. So we're always, especially somebody like that that's done it way longer than me. So we're always trying to get it in them hands. And we've been fortunate there to I told you that before, to meet a lot of people and a lot of people willing to help and connect different things. So
Yeah.
hopefully that'll continue, as it keeps going. So
Yeah.
There's definitely, too, a lot of my buddies that have jumped on board as far as, and a lot of buddies that never even touched a turkey call until they met me, and then they're like, let me try that, and they start calling. They're like, I think I could do this. And just, for example, one of my good buddies, he went out and never turkey hunted before in his life. And he took RTD call out and ran it and killed his first bird ever. And so he's really jumped on board, and it hooked him, and he's promoting, and so just, and I got to tell him all the time, the younger generation for sure is going to help push.
Oh yeah. And so I think you meet a lot of people at trade shows and then probably competitions as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think you've said in the past.
Yeah. We got a lot of friends that do. We got a guy right now that builds owl hooters who's a Grand National champion, a really good friend of mine.
Okay.
And, he's well known, and we become really good friends. Matter of fact, he's got me a set made right now, which is just, to hunt with, but it's just gonna be cool to have that.
That's awesome. Okay.
And just a lot of good people in the industry, and that's done a lot. So
Okay. Did you guys do a lot of contests this year?
Yeah, we did.
RTD as a brand?
we did a couple. Crystal City, Missouri.
Yep.
He actually ran in it. We ran in it.
Okay.
We did okay. He did really good. There was a lot of big boys there that that win Nashville. Fun day though, and it was a respectable run for all of us.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Get your name out there a little bit. Mm-hmm. Get tuned up before we do so many that you build the calls, and you're running calls from October through holidays, and then the Grand Nationals is in February, and then that gets you tuned up and ready to go for youth season, and then start the season. I actually was in Florida the beginning of April, right after youth season. We went late this year, so then that kind of kicked it off. That's earlier, and then you're rocking and rolling through the season. So
Okay.
it just kind of gets you're polished up and ready to go. Hopefully by the time it starts. So.
Okay. With that, so that time of year where those, let's see, February's Nashville.
Yeah, that's the big one. So, like coming up here, Aaron, the ones that are coming up all through the fall and all that'll qualify you for the big show yet this year. And then when you get into like January, then that will qualify you for the following year. So.
Okay.
So it's been a couple years since we've qualified to go to the Grand, but the contests are just getting. We used to hold a couple here, but the contests are getting so far away that it's hard to, to find time to drive to Ohio or Connecticut or, wherever they may be. So we will hit 2 or 3 local, close Missouri. But I mean, any more of these young kids, they can do, they're YouTube and they got all the stuff. There's some really good callers out there.
Yeah.
So.
It's just a fun crowd
and
to be
we've
around.
met a lot of people, like you said. It's more like when we go to them, it's more like a reunion. You see the guys you haven't seen, and everybody's doing it for the same, thing. And I was telling him before we come on that, he started calling with us back when he was like 9 years old, and it was fun to have my pro staffers, and then he was there calling too at 22 years old, still, there. So it was we got a really cool picture of us all. And
yeah, there's a lot of guys there that,
that started
remembered me or even said, dang, is that your kid? And it's been a while. So it was nice to see them guys for sure.
And we stay in contact with a lot of them guys, you might get somebody to share a secret here and there.
Yeah. I like it. So with your, when you're doing a contest, it's going to be your friction call.
Yeah, so they'll have an open you can run a mouth call friction, but strictly there is a friction division. But in the open, most guys will run a mouth call, but then there is guys that can do a friction call through the whole open and win it. They're that good.
Wow. Okay.
But then when you get to the Grand Nationals, they have actually a friction prelim, which I qualified for twice. I did, and then you got to make the cut to make the big, the top 10, which haven't done that yet. But so the top 10 would be you make the cut, and then the top 10 callers call on a call off the next day to see who gets in the top 5.
Okay.
So, and what they'll do, Aaron, on that is they'll tell you, you'll have 5 calls. They'll list the calls. And that's the, plain yelp of a hen, cutting of excited hen. You'll have 5 judges back there that are actually listening and scoring you, 20 being the best. And then they go, the high score gets thrown out, low score, and they keep the middle scores.
Okay.
So there's a lot to it. And, we've done a lot of them. You might go to a contest today and get dead last, and then we'll go next week and you win it all.
So I was wondering about that, because that's got to be like impossible to.
So I've judged several, and you can definitely, when you're behind the panel, when you can definitely tell somebody that's a 20.
Okay.
And there's very few of them, but they're there. Like the Grand National callers, we know, they're right there. It's hard to judge. You're right, and if you're looking for a slip. Or that's really the only one little mess up would be the only thing that'll separate 2 or 3 guys.
Okay.
Because they're that close.
And then, so when I think of turkey calling, I think of the old Dave Letterman clips, right? Where they would have turkey callers on there.
And some of them guys are still calling today.
That's amazing.
They were at Crystal City with us, yeah.
Okay.
So it's wild. I remember that.
Well, they're out there. They're doing kiki runs. They're doing sounds that people, especially in that audience, have never heard. But the enthusiasm that they have, the showmanship in terms of running around the stage and stuff like. Does that actually apply when judging?
We've seen guys that do a fly down cackle actually come off the ground, and they get into it. And when you're doing it as a caller, you're so into it that everything blends out. You're trying to sound as real as you can sound. It's a really big adrenaline rush. Because especially at the Grand Nationals, you'll have cameras flying by you. There might be 300-400 people in there, and I went down there one year and I was practicing on stage, and a couple of the pro guys were like, "Hey, you're sounding really good." So felt pretty excited and ran through the calls, did well, and I had to do a kiki run on a aluminum call, and I didn't realize that when I went backstage after I'd ran that out there on the stage, that I got a little bit of oil from my hands on the call. So when I went back out there, I slipped the call right off the bat, and right then that, yep, it's over.
Oh.
But so all the guys in the back are like, "Hey," I go, I was just cleaning the surface is all I had to do, but I thought it was ready to go, and it slipped a little bit, and everything else was good, but that was enough to, you weren't making the top 20. So.
Well, just the experience.
But I tell everybody, if you can make it to that level, I tell everybody it's like qualifying for the Daytona 500. So I mean, it's the Super Bowl of all of it, and just to be there is a pretty big honor. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Oh, that's cool. Now, do you design your calls for
So yeah,
some of that? How does that work?
So actually, so our batwing style call. Actually, one of the pro stabbers, he won the state championship with 3 times, and he won the state championship twice and qualified for the grand 3 times with that same exact call. Yes.
Okay.
So some guys will build a competition call, and we have a few of those, but that call that you see with the 2-time state champion on the packaging is actually the same call that he won the state championship with. So on that, we do really well with that call. It's a really good stage, and I mean, a lot of people use it today. That's one that sells out pretty much the fastest.
Yeah, and just like he was saying, he'll go run it in a contest in February, April. You're harvesting a turkey with it, so it ain't like
No.
So,
but yeah, there's a lot of when you get in the competition side though, there is a lot of. It was kind of funny. He was with us. One of the guys he's got a call company and really well known, and has called with us since he was probably 8 years old, and it's kind of funny because right before you get ready to call, everybody's like looking around at your tackle box or looking around at all your calls, and everybody's like, "Hey, get out of here!" Even though that you're really good friends with them. Like, hey, no. So it's just a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we're going to take another break. We'll hear a word from the sponsors, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the WJBM Outdoor Show, brought to you by Midwest Tractor Sales in Jerseyville. We're coming to you from the WJBM studios in Jerseyville, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Aaron Quillan. I operate Monarch Rivers with the mission is simple: kill big deer. For those of you just joining, Ryan and Trenton Decker, we've been talking turkey. We just talked a lot about turkey contests, calling, and you guys said you had a lot of success this year with your kill switch call, this friction call here. What is this? Let's see this thing real quick. What do you got? What is this made out of?
So what we got there, Aaron, it's a cherry concave pot. The reason why we do the concave is easier to grip the pot with your hands.
That's nice.
So
that's really nice.
Cherry makes usually a great sounding pot call. The reason why we picked the slate side there as the big surface is because most everybody is more familiar with the single slate side. And then so we backed it up with aluminum. Again, the reason why the aluminum is a lot of out west hunting we do. A lot of pro stabbers hunt out west. They had a lot of success with that call. And the aluminum side, you definitely can get raspier and louder on that side of the call. So basically, you're getting 2 calls for the price of 1.
You can tell I'm not a professional.
Sounding good.
It feels softer than my call.
Yeah,
This
it runs
surface,
real easy.
Mine's a glass. What is this?
That's slate.
That's slate. Okay.
And then
So
you got the aluminum on the backside. Yeah.
It feels so much softer and like the resistance, and you can hear it. That's interesting. So then the aluminum, which I don't have aluminum. And
So we also have what we call the Limb Reaper call, which is a straight aluminum call with an Osage orange pot, and it's just straight aluminum for just really getting out there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got great cuts and clucks, and you can purr really well on that aluminum side.
It's so much louder,
and it'll also like I said, you can really scream on that.
And then it works in the rain, right?
Yeah, if you hold it just like you got it, where the surface don't get real wet, yes, it will.
That's sweet. That is awesome.
And it comes with a 2-piece diamond wood striker. The diamond wood's a harder wood, so that's why you're feeling that.
That's where I feel all the control.
Yeah.
Okay, so especially on this side where it's like, it's just soft is the only way I can.
Yeah, but I mean that right there would be perfect.
But then you can. Oh.
Yeah.
You can get way louder.
Oh yeah.
I like that. And so you guys had a lot of your pro staff, a lot of your clients, or I guess customers, kill with this year.
Yeah, we had a real successful year with that call, and that call came out this past year for 2026. That was
Okay.
our new release call.
Multiple people send me a lot of pictures of birds they had harvested that year, and about every picture had that call in it.
Really?
And so I'd text them back and say, so, you got the call in the picture. Is that the call you used? And they're like, oh, yeah, all the way.
Okay.
So I'd send them to him, and I'm like, it's definitely a very successful call.
Okay.
So
I imagine you put those on your social media?
Oh,
I do, yeah.
Okay. Is that Instagram, Facebook,
TikTok.
TikTok?
Yep.
Okay. So it goes up on TikTok?
Yep, I got a video too of
Okay.
him running it in the woods.
Let me see that video. What's your TikTok called?
RTD Turkey Calls.
Okay. Okay, that's aluminum side right there. I hear the gobbling.
Yep.
No. I miss turkey season. I miss turkey season.
We do too.
That gets me fired up right there.
Yeah, it does.
That gets me way fired up. All right. So what are those gloves you're wearing in that?
So I guess it's been 2 years now, Aaron. We're working pretty good with the Old Tom Drake waterfowl and the Drake non-typical.
Okay.
Good relationship with them guys.
So they make those gloves?
Yeah, we got, we're wearing all the Old Tom gear, promoting that also for them, and
Okay.
so that's been a really good move for us as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Those.
They got really good stuff. They got some the tick. It's like the tick clothes that they got. Some of our pro staffers wore them, and they said they didn't have a tick on them all year. So
Okay.
they got a lot of really nice stuff. So
Okay. Nice. Well, I just saw those gloves and I'm like, those are a lot better than my beat up old gas station gloves I'm using.
they work too.
I got a new thumb hole. It's really
I hear you.
helpful for texting, but aside from that,
Yeah.
I'm on the market for some new gear.
I hear you.
Oh, that's awesome. Man. Yeah, I've gone slate call heavy. I love using the diaphragm call, but man, especially just with this, and I'm not doing it the justice because one, it's my first time calling with it, but you can just feel the. Would you do this some justice for me, please? Either one of you guys, just give me a little sweet music with that. All right, there's the aluminum side. Only what, 10 more months?
Kill some deer. We'll kill some deer Aaron, before that.
I know.
Your busy time.
But when it's turkey season, it's my favorite season.
Different feeling for sure.
Yeah. Man. I'm gonna have to get into rattling or something.
There you go.
Yeah. So anything new? Any big plans? Any new innovations?
We got a few things coming out in 2027.
Okay.
Hopefully we can come back on with you before it starts in January, and we'll talk about some of the new stuff we got coming out.
No secrets yet, then, huh?
We're working on a few things. But
Okay.
hopefully it'll be good. We got a few things in mind. So.
Okay.
But we also offer a all wood deer grunt call as well. I mean,
Okay.
they're in some of the retail stores, so you can also get them online at rtdturkeycalls.com or the local retail stores. I mean, they're all wood cedar. We got cherry. You can roar on them, grunt, light grunt. They're adjustable. So
Okay.
been doing that for several years as well. So
All right. And then anybody that wants to go to the store and check them out, you're in Farm and Home?
yeah, Farm and Home, Dunn's, Presley, Whistle Pig. It's over in Missouri.
Okay.
M&H Outdoors.
Awesome.
Southwestern Archery. Been
Okay.
a really good one for
Yeah.
us. And then online, rtdturkeycalls.com. So,
Perfect.
yeah, so we just try to expand a little bit every year, Aaron.
I love it. I love it. Slow and steady wins the race, right?
Yeah, we hope so.
Well, that's good. Well, I appreciate y'all coming out.
Thanks
and,
for the invite, Aaron.
yeah, thanks.
Always appreciate it.
Yeah. Great job this season, boys.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, we enjoyed it. A lot of good memories.
Awesome. And anybody listening, go check them out. RTD.
rtdturkeycalls.com.
Okay. Cool.
We got our gear, hats, shirts, deer calls, decals, anything you need.
All right. Well, support your local guys. There's some great turkeys. Thanks again.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.